RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right. Wait, that sounds weird. Okay. You guys let me know how it is. Jesus Christ. Hello, my name is Tara Devlin. Thank you for hanging out. This is unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity, and everything that matters in this world. I don't know, we meet here. When the hell do we meet here? On Friday evenings, we have a regularly scheduled time at 8 o'clock p.m. What am I saying? 8:30, because it's 8:30 now. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We meet around, we hang out and we try to plot the revolution. And then we do shows during the week as many times as we can. If you can become a patron, please do at patreon.com/Tara Devlin, because that will help keep the show going and growing. At this point, it's just a matter of keeping it going. I made the mistake. I shouldn't, you know what I got to do? I have to stop. Look, I don't want to look at the patron page. I shouldn't look at it before the show begins, because it puts me in a bad mood. So we lost 3 patrons, and that annoys me. Not that, whatever, it is what it is. You never know what's going on in people's lives. I just hope that it's nothing that, I hope it's something I said and not something that's wrong in their, going wrong in their lives or whatever. So I know how times are tough, but if you can, become a patron at patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Even at the $2 a month level, that helps. Okay, it helps get the show up in the algorithm. And I know for a fact. Why are you texting me on Skype? Okay. Yeah, Thomas Reynolds is coming on the show soon. I don't know, I guess. He's texting me on Skype. I just started the live show. Why are you texting me on Skype? I don't know. So, what was I saying? What the fuck? I just lost my train of thought. I'm in a pissy mood, so great. That's why I shouldn't look at the patron page before we start. Thank you, Jonathan, on the chat. This show sounds good. Thank you, because we need our producers. The producer is the cat producer. He's in the bathroom right now. He's not happy with me because, he has allergies, and he had a scab on his chin, and I rubbed his chin with the medicine, and he didn't like it. So he's sulking in the bathroom. And yeah, he's okay though. Other than that, he's just a crank. He's a crank. I have to tell you about, I'll tell you about the cat that I told you about the other day, Billy Lily, who I suspected was a friendly that was dumped, and he is a friendly. So it pisses me off that somebody dumped that cat, and that poor thing had to live. He lived the winter outside in New York City, and it wasn't an easy winter this year. We gave him a shelter, and yeah, you just never know when an animal, a cat is dumped. You don't know, because they act sometimes. They can act kind of feral, and that's what I believe. He was abused because he's very scared. He's skittish. He's scared, but once you start petting him, he turns into a big mush and rolls on his back, and it's just very sad to me that people are so cruel. But we the whole planet. I said to my friend once, because I was talking about another cat that is a community cat. He lives outside, and he's just so scared, and it breaks my heart. And of course, he's never going. He's obviously a feral cat, so there's no way he'd ever be adoptable. But I said to my friend, "Oh, this world failed, little Scrappy." And he reminded me that the world fails human beings every day. So of course we're going to fail animals. Of course, we don't even consider humans to be worthy of concern. It's really annoying, but that's why we're here. And annoying is kind of putting it mildly. That we're here to, I don't know. When I step off the mortal coil, I hope I've made the world better. Isn't that the point? Really? All right, we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today? And when we get, I don't know, I'll show you when we get more people in the chat room. So if you're on any other platform, come on over to youtube.com/C for channel/Tarabuster. And I'll show you some pictures or video of little Billy Lily if you want your heart to melt. We just have to find a really good human that is gonna be patient with him and never treat him like that again, never dump him. Phew, fucking people. You know, what is wrong with people? Just take him to a shelter. And why are you dumping him? And then it's like you're dumping, either he's going to die or someone like me is gonna try to help him. But do you think I got better things to do? You know what I mean? I would like to be doing, I don't know, relaxing. I don't need this shit. Okay, guys. All right, whatever. This world, let's just get into it. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of, what's the word? Just disgust. Watching the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings. First of all, God bless her. I know I couldn't do that. I couldn't handle it. I have anger issues. And I wouldn't be able to stop rolling my eyes at these filthy fascist Republicans. Really. Are they for real? That's what all I keep asking myself. The clown car. The clown show. It never stops. It's not that, yeah, they promise. Oh, well, first of all, they're the victims. You understand? It's clear. Let's get this straight. And all of the underlying overarching message of conservatism is they are the victims. You know, they are the top of the heap. You know, they're sitting, first of all, you know, squatting in the White House. They had their con man squatting in the White House despite receiving fewer votes. But he's a victim, right? Everything's so unfair. There's nothing more tedious than that pudgy orange piece of dirt con man complaining how unfair everything is. You're damn right it's unfair. But it's not in the way that he wants us to believe. It's unfair because somebody like him can be the leader of the free world despite receiving fewer votes. He can lose. And that's the Republican Party. They have so rigged and gerrymandered our system. And now, because they're out of power, they can't handle it. Well, in the federal and judiciary, not the judiciary, in the legislature and in the executive, they have to play their dirty tricks to ensure that we don't have a functioning democracy. But the real problem is critical race theory. Now, you ask, let me ask you guys, do you think if Ketanji Brown Jackson was Mary Jackson from, friggin' Brown University, would they be asking her about critical race theory? Why are they asking her about critical race theory? Who the fuck is she? Oh, she's got darker pigment. So she's responsible for every children's book about race. Now, did you see Ted Cruz? This is why I walk around with a knot in my stomach. How she sat there. That's how you know she's she is fit for the Supreme Court, because she could sit there in the face of such spurious and egregious allegations that she's some kind of pedophile enabler. I couldn't believe my ears. You know, I had to knock myself in the ear. I thought I was hearing things when Ted Cruz said that he wanted to know whether, was it Ted Cruz? Oh yeah, that whether she was soft. She had a soft spot in her heart for pedophiles. You disgrace to human DNA. She has but you see, more than just the allegations. Of course, she tried to explain, you know, they take everything out of context, of course, saying that when she said that those sexual predators are vilified by our community or whatever, they tried to make it seem like she meant it in a way like, oh, isn't that a shame? But what I gathered from it, she took this particular case of a teenager who had just graduated high school, who had see, what do they call it? You're not supposed to call it child porn. It's child what is it? You know, child CPS, something like that. You know what I'm saying? He had images of, I'll just say child porn because I can't remember the other name for it, the more appropriate moniker. Somebody on the chat will tell me. I think it's child sexual exploitation, something. If I look up Josh Duggar, I'll probably find it. Let me see. YouTube. I want to say the right thing. Josh Duggar. GS. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's it. It came right up. As SCAM, Child Sexual Abuse Media, something like that. It's not supposed to say like kiddie porn, because that's like supposedly titillating, and I see that, I understand. So you call it child sexual abuse material. That's what it is. And so she was saying that this was a young person who was right out of high school, and of course Josh Hawley was detailing the images, and yeah, they're all disgusting. And I suppose whatever her opinion was, that she said child predators are vilified in our community, and it wasn't. And Josh Hawley was insinuating that she was lamenting this, when I think she was just stating a fact and taking into consideration this person's youth, that he was someone who had just graduated high school. And also in her ruling, she mentioned that we weren't quite sure whether he was a pedophile, because he clearly was young. So more will be revealed. It wasn't that she was on his side. I think she was taking in all of the aspects of the case, as she should, as a judge. And noting that I don't want to send this person who just graduated high school into up the river for the rest of his life, and, you know, because of this mistake, and as disgusting as it is, I don't know, this is what I gathered. But of course, they cherry pick to fix the facts around the policy. And it's like what Ted Cruz said. Now, Ted Cruz came out with a bunch of children's books. I know that the Republicans said they wouldn't turn it into a circus like what happened to poor put upon beer bong Brett. And they even have the balls. You see what Republicans do they rewrite history. They conflate. They said that what a disgrace that poor beer bong Brett. He was literally accused of serial rape, to be a serial rapist. And are you calling Christine Blasey Ford a liar? You see, they rewrite history. No, Christine Blasey Ford, she wasn't accusing him of being a serial rapist. She said Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted me. And then when I was on Twitter, all of the Republicans were like, oh, Christine Blasey Ford couldn't remember. Remember? She couldn't remember a thing. She didn't have her facts straight. She didn't remember a thing. Oh, yeah? Really? Well, here, I guess this is what they're hearing on Fox News. Let's get Christine Blasey Ford's name in here. Where's my goddamn eCam? Here we go.
In Judge Kavanaugh's opening testimony, which we will hear after you leave, this is what he says. I never had any sexual or physical encounter of any kind with Dr. Ford. I am not questioning that Dr. Ford may have been sexually assaulted by some person in some place at some time. Last night, the Republican staff of this committee released to the media a timeline.
I don't question that something didn't happen to... Like, fuck you. Like, she's just a woman. How could she know her own mind and experience? That's what Susan Collins said, too. That was the party line. Well, I don't question that something didn't happen to the poor fucking bitch. But she's her dumb bitch experience being raped by someone, one of her betters. It won't have it won't interfere with our vote. And then when we rewrite history, of course, we'll turn it into the circuses that Republicans are so put upon, aren't they? They're in the scheme of life. It is the white male, the straight acting white male who is the Republican male, let me qualify, is the real victim.
This shows that they've interviewed two people who claim they were the ones who actually assaulted you. I'm asking you to address this new defense of mistaken identity directly. Dr. Ford, with what degree of certainty do you believe Brett Kavanaugh assaulted you?
100%.
100%.
Oh, what a circus she made it into. These filthy these filthy Democrats. I'm so used to saying filthy Republican. It merges together, filthy and Republican. These liberals, these far lefties, turning everything into a circus, right? Who turns shit into a circus? They do. And after the Republicans complain about the poor put upon Kavanaugh and Amy Coney resting bitch face Barrett, what did we see? Did we hear Judge Jackson proclaim her love of beer? I want to know. Anybody? Could you imagine? Just wrap your head around it for a second. If Judge Jackson, as they were questioning her on critical race theory and every book that anybody who ever went to Georgetown University, as she did, they're asking her about books that other people wrote, but they're all people with darker pigment, you see? Don't you all know each other? And they're questioning her about books that other people wrote and taking things out of context. And, of course, that scares Republicans. The names, Ketanji. Oh, what's that other one? The other guy's name that they hate? Ibram. I can't remember his name. Oh, God. I mean, this is what happens when you're Ibram. What's his name? I'm looking it up. How to be an anti-racist. Ibram Kendi. Yeah. That was something that really triggered Ted Cruz and other, a child's book. And he literally said, this children's book says that children have to be taught racism. I mean, isn't that outrageous? What do you? And then he questions her. He asks Judge Jackson whether she thinks babies are racist. Babies are born racist. That's not the point of the book, and he knows it. You see? You see how they twist it? Of course, babies, children, and whoever have to be taught to be racist. Of course they do. And everybody knows it. You pass on your stupid prejudices to your dumbass little brat children. Your waste of DNA children. You think that Duggar clan? You think they came out of the womb? Out of their mother's exhausted womb? Thinking that they needed to side hug? That's not natural. Or what else do these Duggars do? Well, besides they don't kiss before marriage. They don't kiss. They don't hold hands. Well, no, holding hands is that is what you do when you're engaged. But you still side hug because you got all kinds of things going here. You got boobies. You got peepees, and they might brush against each other. And then you might feel a little tingling, and you'll be distracted from the glory of God. Right? That's how it works. But as you see, as far as the Duggars, you're distracted from downloading child sexual exploitation media. That's how it works. My God. Well, thank you, Jim, for your super chat. And thank you, when Jim says evening all. And thank you, JD, for your super chat. JD says, hello, Tara and Tara fans. Hello. Jonathan on the chat, he's really going after Nancy Pelosi. A lot. Nancy Pelosi, it's time for you to retire. We agree. I agree. Go away, Nancy Pelosi. I'm done with you. I'm breaking. Actually, now that you've brought this up, let me look at my personal email for a second. Because I keep getting solicitation emails from Nancy Pelosi, donate emails. Not that she's asking me to have sex with her or anything. Pelosi. But it sounds like she's breaking up with me. I'm done, Tara. These are the titles of the texts. Of the emails. Desperately. I had an ex-girlfriend that used to stalk me like this. I mean every word, Tara. That's another subject line. I'm done, Tara. You're done. All right. You've already said you're done, but it doesn't seem to be done. You're not really. Forgive me. That's another one. Forgive me, Tara. My heart just dropped, Tara. Sick to my stomach, Tara. I'm not kidding. She sounds like an ex. My final ask, Tara. I've had it, Tara. I'm not kidding. These are the subjects of different emails I'm getting from Nancy Pelosi. I'm through, Tara. I'm through. I mean every word, Tara. Forgive me, Tara. I've had it, Tara. Isn't that great? Sick to my stomach, Tara. She's repeating a lot of these subject matter lines. This is my final ask, Tara. I'm done, Tara. Stunning reboot, Tara. Oh, okay. Disturbingly. I'm speechless, Tara. I think that's funny. What has she done about? I'm done. Let me make something perfectly clear, Tara. I watched Trump officially hire the campaign staff for his next presidential run. Where were you? In the bushes at Mar-a-Lago? Maramoron? Please. God help us. Exactly. Nancy Pelosi's part of the problem. In my opinion. I mean, maybe, whatever. She sat in her position of power while the American working class went from the most upwardly mobile to the least upwardly mobile. And her claim to fame is that she's a good fundraiser. That's why she's the speaker. You know, I mean, I don't know. To me, it seems like she's kind of past her sell-by date in a way, in a country that really has a problem with oligarchy and concentrated wealth. She's, she needs to go away. Go eat some of those $15 a pint ice creams and relax a little bit. All right, let's see what's happening. I guess Thomas Reynolds wants to come on the show. Let me see. I guess save me. I'm almost out of ice cream. Tara. Jim on the chat. Thank you. Jonathan says, and it's not natural for Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to be taking money and using money to fundraise off of donors. Yeah, I mean, the both of them. They're tedious. I'm sick of them. She's a stalker. Yes, says Thomas on the chat. She is a stalker. But yeah, I mean, the both of them. They are products of the broken system. And wasn't it? Didn't Nancy Pelosi say that this was her last speakership, that she would pass the baton? I don't know. That seemed like a long time ago. And then she announced again that she's going to run. She'll be the speaker or whatever the hell. She'll run for speakership again. Whatever the hell. I don't know. Too much turmoil, Suzanne on the chat says. What? Yeah. All right, let's get Thomas in here, I guess, since he so wants to come on the show. The show that everybody doesn't want to be a patron of. No, I'm only kidding. What? I better stop that. It's just me feeling sorry for myself. All right, I'm calling you.
Is currently unavailable.
Currently unavailable.
Please leave a message after the beep.
Wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. The person I'm trying to reach is wait a minute. I love when this shit happens. Are you fucking there? What the fuck? Thomas? Are you there? Just called you on Skype. Richard W., you're very generous and you're too kind. Richard W. writes, another great show, Tara, with his super chat. I appreciate it. And it means a lot because I'm in a crabby mood because, like I said, I should not look at the Patreon page before I begin the show. Because then I get upset if people... not upset. It's just discouraging. It's discouraging. What? Are you... I don't even know what to do, you know. I'm fucking calling him. All right, how about we just move on? And if Thomas wants to call in, he'll do it on Skype. Okay? How's that sound, everybody, right? I just love when, because people are like, hey, can I come on the show today? Yeah, sure. This is what I want to talk about. Okay, great. I'll call you. Okay. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, boom. No answer. Hello? Did you have a heart attack or something? Hello? Did you pass out? Should we call 911? I mean, maybe that I shouldn't even joke. That might be not even funny. Alrighty. Hey, anyway. Thanks for wrecking my show. That's all. Okay. It was wrecked. What are we talking about? You know who else annoys me? Marsha Blackburn. These Republicans, do they have a mirror? This is what makes me so angry. It's the fact that Republicans... Oh, here we go. What the fuck? Okay, now he wants to come. I'm calling again. Do you believe this shit?
Hey, Tara.
Oh my God. Why are you doing an update?
My
Hold on.
computer did an upgrade.
Oh, well,
And
you
it-
could have told me that, like before I said, you could have said, like, texted me and said, oh shit, my computer's doing an update. Call me in 10 minutes, Next time. It's okay. It's only my show. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count. So, anyway, what's up? What's up?
Hey, Tara. No, I'm sorry about that. My computer did an upgrade right in the middle of watching you, and I nearly had a panic attack.
Well, that's why I say you should have just texted me. Oops, my computer is doing an update, so I didn't
couldn't find my
call you.
phone.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's put it behind us.
So, Miss Judge Jackson, how awesome is she?
She's amazing.
She's the best pick we could have.
And before you keep going, I just want to say, this is Thomas Reynolds, FYINation.com, the Nosey Liberal.
Yes.
So everybody knows who you are.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the show will be back. I don't know if you can see because of my face. I look like I got punched.
What happened?
By a conservative. I had an infection over the weekend, and it was
in your jaw.
Yeah. No, it was it was like in the gums. So it was,
oh no. So you had that sucks.
So it was not fun, and I wouldn't wish this on Ted Cruz. Is how bad it was, and it was.
You're too kind.
Now I just look like a bloated jellyfish.
You're fine.
But it was one of those things where you kind of had to just get through and go through and then feel better about, because oh my God, it was like the suspension from FY Nation's YouTube account that I told you about off air. We got suspended for a week.
Oh no.
Because of a content violation.
Yeah.
And okay, that's fine. I went to my old backup account from ages ago, and we had 100 subscribers on it.
So you had more.
So
that's good.
I didn't realize we had that many. So I decided, okay, we're just going to meander everything over to the one with more subscribers and more views anyway, and we're publishing there. Starting.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you sent me the link, I thought.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. And Facebook.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
On Messenger.
I got it. Okay.
And that should help us get to the 1,000 we need a lot quicker. Having 101, which is always helpful.
So you need to get the same people that subscribe to your other channel to go over there.
The other one will be a backup account. I'm just kind of switching them. They're going to have the same information on them, and I'm going to try and publish live on both of them if I can. But I don't want to guarantee.
You could probably wait. Oops. You have. Wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
I don't I don't want to guarantee I'm going to do both, only because it's good to have a backup just in case. But I'm going to try and keep both active.
Yeah.
With content.
Well, the thing with you, I mean, that's happened to me before. I think I told you they did that, but you got suspended for playing a clip of Steve Bannon, so it's not like
I cut a clip of Steve Bannon and somebody whined to YouTube about it, and it's funny. All my Tulsi Gabbard clips of Fox News and everything else, they never nothing. My Alex Jones clips on this channel that I'm on right now that maybe we'll talk about, nothing. It's views. And it's just like, okay, this is where we go? Okay.
Right. Well, it's just you don't know what and I've been suspended on YouTube for videos that have been on the air for years, and I'm not even kidding. So
Nicole Sandler has talked about that, where somebody will just go, and I think it's YouTube trolls like for the right wing, where they just go through your content and they'll be like,
and they report
this.
it.
Let's just they want to attack you.
Yeah, they do it as like an algorithm, and then what happened? One time I was suspended. I don't remember. I think it was one of these old videos, and they shut it down for a week. And it was the video of Trump curtsying to the Saudi king. I had a video of that up there, and I appealed it, and they did release the channel sooner, but I was still down for days, and it's just annoying.
And that killed you. It like killed your views. It kills your channel, and it's like I understand with the process, like every business has to have their kind of TOS and deal with craziness. But I think there can be another way, if it's a video per se and it's not live content, that they can handle it a little bit better for people.
It's ridiculous.
And go from there.
It really is ridiculous. Well, every time my show is published, I'll just let you all know, they automatically block it from advertising. It's usually, so you say you can monetize this video, right? And so as soon as I click yes, it goes to limited video, limited ads, right? And then you say,
crazy.
Then you say, can we get a personal review? And sometimes they let it through, and sometimes they don't. And there is no, I don't even know. I don't know what the rhyme or reason is. There's no, and it says, click here to find out why. And then there's a laundry list of anything under the sun. So it's not like you can even realize or know why. Like, why are they making these judgments? And I mean, I know for a fact that my Facebook page is being suppressed. I know for a fact, because it's we have, I don't know how many thousand followers.
You have about 7,000 last I looked. At least 7,000.
Then, but like the stuff that I post, it'll say like 18 people reached. That's because, it's ridiculous. And it's just, and I know I've been told by people who try to share the content on from Facebook that they have been warned that it goes against community standards. So Susan, who is one of our patrons and supporters and friends, and she She's told me personally she tried to reshare something or clip or something, and they automatically got a thing that said this is in violation of community standards. For what?
Yeah.
You know. There you go.
And they never tell you exactly.
Right.
And it's like, and here's the sad thing: we could if the right was actually an honest broker in this, we could find some common ground with them. But they're all full of shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's like there's no common ground to be had because they're just gonna go off on a tangent. That's homophobic or racist or whatever, and then think that should be free speech.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm just so sick of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, just watching Judge Jackson's hearing, I mean, I gotta give her props, man. I mean, I could never do that. I could not control myself. I couldn't contain myself. My disgust.
That's why I love her as a strong. She just has this way about her.
She's great.
Where it's just like strong black woman. Here I come. It's like Stacey Abrams. We talked about this on my last show. She was in Star Trek and did a cameo. And Ted Cruz had a meltdown over it on Twitter.
That's right.
And it was great because
what the hell is
Star
this?
Trek fan.
He's just jealous. He's jealous.
Yeah, she's totally jealous. And it's like. I said on my show, put away the fact that, you know, she's Stacey Abrams. She actually went to school for acting.
Mm-hmm.
This was in a lot of interviews. And so she knows this isn't just a thing, like a one-off for her. She knew what the hell she was getting herself into, you know? And I just thought the way they behaved over that was like, come on, really? Oh, fake president, set phasers to cringe, and all this other nonsensical crap. And the best was Ted Cruz just having a meltdown.
Oh, God. Yeah. What a joke. Well, first of all, I mean, I don't know. Did you watch the whole thing today?
I didn't get a chance to. I was literally dealing with recovery all day trying to stay. All
right. Well, I watched the bulk of it, and I was... utterly appalled, of course, and I just can't take Republicans. The knot in my stomach just twists because, and I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but as soon as they start talking, you know the game. They're playing this game, a scam. Yep. Why are they asking her about critical race theory? Why her? Like, what does she have to do with some book that? I can't remember his name now. Just had his Ibram Kendi wrote. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck is she? What is she? Because they both have darker pigment and they both have funny names. That's what it is. And they want their dumbasses, the dupes who vote for them, the racist dupes who vote for them, to be afraid, and then to charge her how dare they say she's got a special place in her heart for pedophiles.
They were all over that on InfoWars today. Oh, yeah. They were all over that today.
But that fits into the whole QAnon thing too.
Thank you.
Yes. So so you have these freaks now thinking, oh yeah, she's part of this the pizza, the pedophile ring in the pizzeria and adrenochrome and it's disgusting, and they know what they're doing, and under the guise you see how they're whining about critical race theory, which is now encompasses every discussion of race in any form. It is critical race theory. And I'm sick of them. I hate them.
Which is funny because they can't handle critical thinking.
Right, right. Forget critical race theory. Critical thinking is, there you go. And asking, Lindsey Graham actually asked her, what faith? I have that clip. What faith are you? I don't know if you can play the clip on my show.
I can't play the clip, but no. I can send you the link if you want. Real quick.
Sure.
Let me just make this work.
I could probably find it, but send it. Yeah,
I'll send it. Just give me a quick sec.
What faith are you?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe I heard this. I was like, wait a minute, isn't that part of our Constitution that they're constantly pointing to?
Well, and the condescending way he did it was like, it was like, are you kidding me? This is where we're at.
You're right.
Let me get the clip for you here,
it's
Tara.
like, every time Republicans, they get an opportunity to whittle away the wall of separation between church and state, they do it. Even if it's like this.
It's a little long, but it's right in there
Where
for
is
you
it?
in the chat. Right in the Skype chat.
Oh. Could you fairly, wait a minute. Hold on. I'll have to play it off the screen.
Okay.
That's how I can do it. I can't. How else am I supposed to do it?
Technology.
Where is Safari? Ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
Your technical producer, the
Thank
cat,
you,
is.
Judge.
He's not here. He's in the
Again, congratulations.
He's in the
I want to talk to you a little bit about family and faith
Oh,
because
F
in your
you.
opening statement and the people who introduced you to the committee, there was very
Like
glowing,
Lindsey Graham.
great.
I thought he was going to get his fainting couch out.
yeah.
I thought he's such a
Ugh, he's such a.
he's
he
a
should-
filthy little despicable
Yeah,
creature.
did he go to acting school? I wonder. I don't know.
the bad acting. School.
Right.
If
he
you're
was-
going to talk
Right,
about bad
overacting. He went to crisis acting school. Yes.
person,
Oh,
a
by
good
Alex
friend.
Jones.
You have a wonderful family. You should be proud.
You have a wonderful family. You should be proud. Well, thanks a lot, you son of a bitch. You don't have you don't have a wonderful family because you're in the closet, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
And your
Exactly.
faith matters to you.
He's deep in
What
deep in
faith
that
are you, by
closet.
the
Uh-huh.
way?
What faith are you, by the way? Excuse me? He shouldn't. Everybody should be like, shut the fuck up. Excuse
And the
me. What faith are you? What year is this? What?
I would have loved it if she said, "Bitch, I'm an atheist."
Mhm.
I would have just. Loved
Oh
it.
my God. And the friend of hers that she came with, she has like a crew of women that she is very close with. One of them introduced her. I wish I could be part of that crew tonight. They're sitting around like really just jawboning it. Like these fuckers are pathological, and having a laugh. Really.
Well, and the worst part is she has to get stuck with the most conservative Supreme Court there is right now.
Mhm.
And the only good thing is he still in the hospital, Clarence Thomas? I wasn't sure if he got
I
out.
hope.
Or
I hope he drops
but,
dead. I mean, did I say that out loud? I don't know.
Yes, you did. You did. But I'm okay with that. Joe Biden can get another
that
pick.
would be great. That would be, and then you'd have to say, God, God does not like you, Republicans. But anyway, let's just one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. He doesn't look too healthy. I don't know what's wrong with him. Look at his wife. I mean, these are insurrectionists. They're all disgusting. All right, let's keep playing this.
You should be proud, and your
Wait,
faith
first of
matters
all,
to you.
I have to stop for a second and check in with the chat because last time I played, you guys can hear it. You guys can hear the clip off of the computer because last time I tried to play a clip off the computer, everybody was like, "It's too low." For some reason, it wasn't coming through. So.
I know those issues, unfortunately.
But I think it's okay because nobody's saying, "Wait a minute, I gotta wipe my face." Nobody is saying that it's wrong. Okay, good. We're good.
Okay, great.
We're good. Wait a minute.
Nice when things work right when they should.
You never know. You never know when they're gonna bust up again. Now.
What faith are you, by the way?
I
Senator,
feel you
I
on
am,
that one.
Protestant,
What faith are you, by the
Okay.
way? Okay.
Yeah.
non-denominational.
Okay.
How would you treat a Catholic?
Could you fairly judge a Catholic?
How dare you? How dare you? The reason they say this and the reason they, it's like because they have a sick mind. Because this is how they think. Could you fairly judge a Catholic? That's because he brings all of these factors into consideration. You know what I mean? They are signaling who they are, not who normal people are. This is because they consider all of the exterior factors, that when they're talking about race and when they're talking about, we want everybody to be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. The only MLK quote they ever knew and know, and I'm so sick of them because they take everything good and they turn it into them, fascism. They turn it into disgusting excuses for, it's not even, they're just pantomiming government. Pantomiming.
Well, and Tara, the worst part is they don't actually care. Like Laura Ingraham went on this rage filled rant with Ted Cruz last night. What is the Supreme Court doing? We paid for this Supreme Court.
Oh, really?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I have the video on the clip. This pisses me off. We spent all this money with their. Yeah,
wow.
I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Wow.
But that was the
I don't doubt
situation. We paid for this. Where the fuck is our action?
Yeah, they say things out loud by accident sometimes because that's how corrupt they are. They don't realize that this is unacceptable. It's like when one of the, I think it was Mark Meadows or one of them, the ones I get, who's the not Mark Meadows, the why are names escaping
I'm horrible
me?
on these names. I'd help
the minority leader wants to be the majority.
Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah,
you should have said the dumbest person in politics, and then I would have known.
Right.
That would have been the big answer.
The two of them, Mark Meadows and Kevin McCarthy, are like one person in my mind. They're like two. They're like they're one generic, underwhelming generic white man. But he, he was one of them said to Hannity about when during the 2016
it was
she was up in the polls and then we put together a Benghazi commission.
That's what killed his speakership the last time. It was Kevin McCarthy because Kevin McCarthy was talking about. Thank you for reminding me. Kevin McCarthy was talking about how they went after Hillary and they were pillorying her, and the RNC made it pretty clear you don't go telling secrets out of school on national TV. So we're gonna make you sit this one out, Kevin McCarthy, because we can't trust you because loose lips.
Right. But he said it on national television because in his mind, there's nothing wrong with that. They don't realize that. Oops. I said the quiet part out loud, but we all suspected that, but they gave up the game.
Tara, that's what there's this great TikTok meme that says, oops, I created an alternative reality. And that's what I figured that the Republicans always have to do is they have to create this alternative reality to live in. So, and every once in a while you get a Kevin McCarthy in there who opens the door and you get to see behind the wizard.
Right, exactly. And I mean, it is what we already know. Where is this Lindsey Graham? How could you judge a Catholic? Wait, where is it? Where is it? Damn it! How could you judge a Catholic? Could you,
Senator? I have a record of
I think the answer would be yes.
Judging everyone.
I think the answer would be yes. Why are you asking this question? And who are these dumb bitches behind him? I want to know. Why are you working for Lindsey Graham? Come on. Don't you have any respect for yourselves?
There's got to be some self-hatred along the road.
Yeah, exactly. What is with this one with the skinny face? This one's got a wide face. What's going on? Right? She's got a very compact skull.
Look.
This one has a skinny skull.
Drop the hammer, Tara.
I don't know. I'm just being very superficial.
You said you were in a bad mood. This seems like good mood.
I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a very bad mood.
Well, you know what?
I have to blow my nose.
Put you in a good mood. put you in a good mood. We are winning. We have an awesome judge who is electrifying people.
Yes.
And it's a great pick.
Yeah, she's
and
great.
You know we're winning because the Republicans are so pissed off.
Right.
The Trump cult is so mad about it, and they got to talk about pedophilia and all the things that they bring out of the sewer because they can't handle. Oh my God, a strong black woman.
It's true. It is true, and they should. They should be celebrating this as well. But they can't. They just can't do it. That's how disgusting they are. So let's talk about pedophilia. And it's so, you know what is so annoying to me? It's that as I was watching today, and they're going on with this pedophilia fucking disgrace. I thought that this is going to follow her. You know. Yeah. All over the cesspool of Republican, wherever, Truth Social and Telegram and all these pits of depravity
TV and all that shit. Yeah,
they will constantly talk about her as being a pedophile enabler or something bullshit like that.
A collaborator. Yeah, a collaborator.
And this is a woman. This is someone, how dare you? But this is how Republicans roll, who literally have pedophiles running for office. What about Matt Gaetz? And
not for nothing, in America, I thought everybody was entitled to the best defense you can get.
Right.
And if those are the cards that she's dealt in her private practice or public practice, however they're dealt because of what the defendant did, that doesn't make it her fault. I'd never heard, like, Johnny Cochran murdered Nicole Brown Simpson.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd never heard it. All of a sudden, an attorney did it because they defended the person who...
that's a different... that thing, I think you're talking about with her, she's soft on... terrorists, and that's a different story.
Oh, and Lindsey Graham too, showboating about I want them all to die and get motion.
Right. Aren't you a man? Look at how manly you are, Lindsey. Oh, you're such a your XY chromosomes are really showing, Lindsey.
He I wish he would just come out or someone would just out him already.
They already did.
Something.
He's been outed. That's how we know about Lady Graham.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
No, but I guess it hasn't caught on too much. Let me see. What is this Lady Graham? Wait, hold on. Well, you can keep talking. I'm just looking at things.
What angers me about him is if he put half as much energy into fighting for what he is, instead of being a self-hatred, hating person.
Right.
And his story is actually not that bad. He lost his parents. He helped raise his sister. He did a lot of good.
Whatever.
Why can't he be a good fucking person?
Because
Why does he have to be a
scumbag? Anybody who... If you're a conservative, whatever conservative means now, I guess it means that you love Nazis and hate trans people. That's pretty much it. And
and Dave Rubin, you gotta hate Dave Rubin now too, even though he works for the Blaze.
I don't even know.
I'll fill you in after.
Okay,
but go ahead.
But if Lindsey Graham, what was the fucking point of this? He doesn't have the courage to come out, That's apparent. He has spent an entire life being a closet case, and there is really nothing sadder than that. Well, there are a lot of sad things, but that's one of the sad things, to live your life, to live this one friggin' life that we have. I know that they promise you a mansion in heaven. I'm telling you, you're not getting a mansion. Yeah.
You're not getting,
I don't know what happens, I
heard something about Zeno. If you pay enough money,
that's
you
true.
get Zeno.
It could be Zeno.
I heard
That'd be more interesting. At least the when people believed in multi, what is that? What is wrong with me? In many gods, at least they were interesting. You know, who's this god? That he's so. I mean, even the god that they worship is as boring and stupid and small as they are.
Yes.
You know, like so you're going to die and get a mansion in heaven. Like you're gonna live in a man. Like you're just the same tediously greedy little bitch in heaven. You're saying, you know, so you want to live in a mansion, but you get the mansion then. You know, I mean, not like. Isn't there more to life
who are your
than
neighbors,
that?
though? What I want to know is who are my neighbors in heaven?
Right.
Is it going to be Kanye?
Right.
Is Kanye going to be my neighbor? Because
Right.
I'm out.
Right.
I am so out.
Right.
Fuck that shit. Send me to
Right.
hell.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's what I mean. I'll live next to Janis Joplin and Judy Garland. I hope. Really.
Works for me.
Right.
Right? That's, you know,
I love Judy Garland.
If it's going to be next to James Gandolfini now, that would be
that's
awesome.
true, right?
I would. Oh, if you're gonna talk about dead interviews with dead people, I could go hours with him about what it was like to be Tony and why he didn't like it, and just how did it make you feel playing. I could go on and on.
All right. Even in heaven, though, come on.
Yeah,
please.
He would want to move. He'd be like, "Fuck this guy."
I think there'd be. I mean, would you want to talk about the mysteries of the universe or something? I
That
don't
is
know.
the mystery. I mean, isn't that though? Like, if you like Lindsey Graham, isn't it though? The mystery of the universe, where you can allow yourself to be so self-hating that you can't process the goodness that you have in yourself.
Gross.
Like it took me years to get to this point where I'm happy being pansexual, being non-binary, being okay. Being on camera. I mean, Tara, how frightened was I of doing shit like
I
this?
know.
And I have your wonderful chat group and,
That's true.
you know, folks like Jim
Yep.
who are willing
That
to
is
visit me
right.
in the morning.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
I hear you. It's work being a human being, but they make it harder. That's the problem. That's why I hate them, because they make it harder. And they want everybody to conform to their dumbass, stupid rules of their dumbass sky spook, who nobody gives a I mean, like, leave us alone with your sky spook. There is nothing more pathetic than a Lindsey Graham. Really, you think about him. He's a closet case. He lacks the courage to live an authentic life. He spends his life working on the wrong side of history, and when he has the chance to actually make a difference or to stand up to somebody like Trump, he doesn't. He acquiesces. He goes along with it. He supplicates himself to him.
I mean, maybe deep down he liked that, because I did I did find another clip. We're going to talk about this tomorrow, where Eric Trump thinks Donald Trump is so strong and powerful and yada yada yada.
Like,
and all I can think of is this man likes a strong daddy. He needs a spanking.
Well, yeah. Well, that's, I mean, they have a very limited vocabulary, but is it strong and powerful like Putin's denial that he? Yeah. It was a very strong and powerful denial, and he really gave it to me rough, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And that clip we might end up talking about. With Alex
Very
Jones,
strong and powerful.
I literally only watched 20 minutes of his show to get that. That I didn't watch all 3 hours.
What are you talking about, Alex Jones?
The Alex Jones clip. So let me.
Alex Jones? You know, you're bringing up this non sequitur. I don't know what you're talking about.
With the self hatred.
Okay.
Alex Jones went on this rant today.
Right.
About Leah Thomas, the sports transgender woman who won all those the athlete swimming competition, and he went off. He went from men in the bathroom to rape to this is a family show to they're gonna cut your balls off.
Oh God.
That was the end of the rant. I mean,
these people are they are. I mean, I was gonna say they're gonna get someone killed, but they've already gotten people killed, and they don't give a shit. I hate them. you know.
And the laugh out loud part about it was he was trying to tell people, his audience, that this is somehow a family show. He's talking about he's talking about
He's
Strongs
disgusting.
and everything else in this whole thing, and it's like, I mean, it's
They're
tragic.
vile. They're vile, and they're the victims, though. That's the other overarching. It's not even an underlying message in the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings is Republicans, white male Republicans are the true victims. That's it. You know, that's all you need to know. They're the victims. Conservatives. Oh, and then of course, Amy Coney Barrett's a victim. And somehow that the reason Miss Lindsay was bringing up, what religion are you? I mean, how dare you? Even saying that, it's so annoying.
It's 2022.
Yeah, exactly. Is because somehow little Amy Coney, the dishonorable Amy Coney handmaid, was mistreated for her religious views. Well, her religious views are shit. Okay, her religious views are from a time we left in history's trash pile. At least we thought we did, you know. But I did think that was genius when I don't remember who it was, I think, I don't know, whatever, who was asking Judge Jackson about what Amy Coney, resting bitch face Barrett, and Beerbong Brett said about precedent today, because she brought up their words in their confirmation hearings about how Roe v. Wade was a precedent upon precedent, or super whatever the hell precedent, and saying, yes, I agree with with Justice Barrett, and I agree with Justice Beerbong that this is settled and la la la. I thought that was pretty good that they did that, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Republicans have, the game is destroy democracy. That is the bottom line. And why do they hate democracy? It's because of money. That's it. Money and power for the few. Democracy, it gets in the way of that. And that's why, I mean, really, that's the game. That's why they can't handle a discussion about race. That's why Ted Cruz so disingenuously says that, do you believe that babies are born racist? When he knows that's not what anybody said. Babies are racist, baby. Oh, so it goes from children have to be taught how to hate to babies are racist in there. You know what I mean? But they know who they're dealing with. The dumbasses on the right, they're not that smart, clearly. So, I mean, there's not all, it's not all. Okay, some are smart, they're just evil, right? But, and then it's greed. There's a multitude, not that many. There's not that much. It's just a handful of manias that drive them. One is, stupidity. Another is racism. And so, and a lot of it is a combination of this. Then there's greed, selfishness. That's another kind of mixed in. And, fear, really. Anybody else? That's really it. That's the 5 fingers of hate there. I guess I made something up. I made up this whole thing.
The 5 fingers of hate? I like that.
Well, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 5, So.
And you get a fistful of fuck.
Right, exactly. You get a fist right in your face of these freaks. And it's just, that's who they are. They're, and I say it all the time, give me 10 minutes with one of them or any of them, and if they're honest, we'll get to the bottom of it. It's usually something like that. They're misinformed, they're malinformed, their racism is being tickled. Their stupidity is being tickled in all forms. I mean, they're just vile. They're incredibly...
You make it sound so dirty when you say tickled.
Maybe. Really? Well, that's because you have a dirty mind. you
Yeah,
know?
well, yeah. Yeah, no, I do. I'm a horrible person.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Anyway, well, I saw this. Wait, where is this? Where is Alex? Because when you were mentioning Alex Jones, I saw this this clip. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it though, if I play it. This is Alex Jones on the BBC. He was actually. Can you believe it? This is another thing. I was so annoyed, especially when I lose patrons, and I'm like, shit. And Alex Jones is being invited on the BBC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is what happens. He goes on the BBC, and here.
The problem is that conspiracy theories like this, I believed in.
Hey, listen, I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game. Okay, our government in the U.S. is building FEMA camps. We have an NDAA where they disappear people now. You have this arrest for public safety, life in prison.
You are the worst person I've ever interviewed.
No, it's basically off with their heads, disappear
David,
them,
thank
take
you
them
for
away.
being with us.
Infowars.com.
Liberty is Wednesday. You're watching the Sunday Politics. We have an idiot in the program today.
You will not stop
just
freedom.
20 minutes.
You will not stop the republic. Humanity is awakening. Infowars.com. No. You guys are
I'll be looking at the week ahead with our political panel. Until then, the Sunday Politics across the UK.
Thinking the public isn't waking up.
Can you believe that? I don't know if you saw the clip. He's losing his mind, screaming, and acting a fool on BBC, while the guy's like, cuckoo, we have a crazy person on the set tonight. Woohoo, woohoo, empty head. And there you go. That's half of the country. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they watch that.
That's what's really sad. That it's half of the country.
Right.
And now, because of how his platform has been deplatformed, you actually have to pay to get his show, to watch his show.
Pay. Mm-hmm.
And they do pay.
I know.
And you get commercials during the show too, amazingly enough.
Right. So you subscribe and you also have to pay. And he wants to, he apparently in the Sandy Hook depositions or whatever in the Discovery, he was making $50 fucking million a year.
Yep.
This piece of dirt. And there you go. I mean, it is proof that right-wingers do hate this country, but they also hate humanity and they hate themselves. Because if they really had any self-respect and they had any concern about Earth and humans and life, everything they purport to love, they wouldn't poison it like this. They wouldn't. They would try to bring out the better in people. They wouldn't deliberately lie to people like Ted Cruz.
Yeah, but you're asking too much there, Tara.
Right. Obviously. Apparently.
That's just not going to happen.
I know, and it's sad, but that's what I mean. If they were, and that's why they have to wear their religion on their sleeve. It's sort of like the same way they have to wear shirts with stars and eagles on it, and because it's the symbols of patriotism, the symbols of decency and morality are the only thing they can handle, because the substance is beyond them. They can't do it. They don't have it. They can't muster it. It's the truth. I wish it was different. If Ted Cruz really gave a crap about little kids feeling bad because, Mommy, I'm an oppressor, you think he would lie about this book says, do you think babies are born racist? No, you dumb asshole. Why are you saying that? Are you that stupid? I mean, this is why Judge Jackson is definitely better than I am, because she sat there. And I mean, the pause, though. There was a pregnant pause in the way she responded to him. It said everything. And her face, too, is the face of every black woman in America, I suppose. You know, like the way she looked at, like, oh, God, this again. You know?
This bullshit.
Right. And they should. And of course, her record, her experience, her character, her demeanor, her humanity is so beyond them. And so she has to be 50 times more exceptional than Beer Bong Brett, you know?
Yeah.
Or she's got to be 100,000 times more exceptional than who's the crying judge. I play that clip of this this judge.
Lord. There are so many of them.
Yeah, that this white man crying. Well, you tell me if Judge Jackson sat there and started to cry about a question, if Ted Cruz asked her about, do you think babies are born racist? And she was like,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Excuse me. And then Josh Hawley be like, it's okay. It's okay. This is what happened in a hearing, that this, a particular judge, his name is Van something or other, Judge, I don't know if you ever saw that clip, Judge Van.
No, I didn't.
Crying.
Of course, it's the one clip I didn't see.
Yeah. Judge Van, let me see, Republican. I'll try to find it. Hearing.
Okay.
Because it's good. And what is his goddamn name? Somebody, one of the producers on the chat will tell me. Let me see. Judge cries. Let me look this up. Cries at hearing. Let's see how many comes up. Damn it. And he was unfit. He was deemed unfit by the Bar Association because one of the many unfit judges that Trump appointed, and the Republicans, they sped right through confirmation. Unfit. Anyway, what were you gonna say? And I cut you off.
It's just these. I lost my train of thought, but it's just like how these people just behave in such a ridiculous manner that they continually make it. I mean, whether it's Alex Jones or Lindsey Graham, it doesn't matter which one. There's just a level and a degree of it's just like You have to have a pregnant pause to be able to handle it. Otherwise, you're going to go off. And the fact that just shows how wonderful she is, because she's smart enough. And I'm not being like one of those senators and the Republicans like, well, she's so intelligent. No, she's smart. She'll whoop your ass, my ass, and everything else.
Yeah.
Will kick your ass. And Ted Cruz, I know you're intelligent. We went to the same law school together. Fuck you.
Right.
Ted. What is she? Your one black friend?
I know. God. And
I
heard
saw that.
he
I wanted
was.
to plot.
Yeah, I heard that Ted Cruz was hated in school too. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. See, everybody hates Ted Cruz. Even his own children hate him.
That should be a sitcom. Everybody hates Ted Cruz.
Well, yeah, right. Well, you know that. I'm sure you saw Ted Cruz in the airport.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I saw a famous Trump impersonator who also impersonates Ted Cruz do a TikTok impression of it. So I'm sure the meltdown was worth it.
Well, he apparently he asked, where is this? He said to them, don't you know who I am? Shit like that.
Yeah.
This is who they are. They're not public servants.
I thought whenever he went through the aisles of the airports, that the pilots and everybody who worked, he was saying this to the People's Convoy, that the pilots and everybody just bowed to them and kissed him and hugged him wherever they went.
That's
so
right.
How did they not know who he is?
Because
what the fuck?
Right, that's so true. Everybody, because he's such a man of the people and all.
Yes.
Right.
You know, he is Mr. Zelensky.
Right. That's right. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to. I have the clip of this guy. His name is Lawrence Van Dyke. And let's just play it. Let's imagine. Everybody. Let's all imagine if that this is Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson being asked a question. Any question will do.
To litigants before you, notably members of the LGBTQ community. Can you speak to that? Did you say that you wouldn't be fair to members of the LGBT community?
Senator, That was
okay. Okay. Hey, Judge Jackson, do you think you could judge? What faith are you? None of your effing business. But do you think that you could judge a Catholic? Okay, now imagine this is Judge Jackson.
That was the part of the letter.
Crying, huffing, crying.
I did not say that.
Breaking up. Voice cracking.
Oh my God. These people.
Unreal. It's okay. Josh Hawley.
It's almost as if he was on Maury finding out he was or is not the father.
Right? Woo! Woo! Well, that's some judicial temperament there, man.
Yeah.
Right? Look at him. I can't handle it. And then we get, of course, I like beer.
I apologize.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then Josh Hawley says, wait, hold on a second.
It's all right.
Josh Hawley says, I'm sorry. Could you imagine?
I did not say that.
I've come to the conclusion that what we need to do, instead of the Senate advising and consenting, we need to rewrite the Constitution and make it a clause that Judge Judy is the only person who could get up there and advise and consent the president on who the next Supreme Court, because she would be like, what's this? No,
Judge Judy.
No.
She plays, fuck her. She wanted Bloomberg. Look at this lady though behind him on his left. That lady's face says everything, because she's like, she's kind of like holding back a laugh. It looks like what? Is this?
Well, that's like the Trump supporters that get in trouble during the rallies for moving around in the wrong way or whatnot, because they're not supporting Donald Trump the way they should be, and they're genuflecting and whatnot. They get moved out of the stadium into the lesser seats.
Oh, really? They do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was well documented.
I'm not surprised. But watch this lady in the background. I've never noticed her before in the back on his left. What? She's like laughing at him.
I did not say that.
Well, she's like, can't hold it in.
Well, she's like looking around like, is this real life?
Well, remember Dr. Birx during those awful question and answer sessions Trump would do about COVID, and the look she would give, and kind of have to totally keep herself calm and composed. And she just like the bleach comment and everything, and her reaction.
Oh, God.
That I can only imagine. Hello, pregnant pause. Here we are.
No, I did not say that.
Perfect time.
I do not believe that.
I do not believe that.
Yeah. It is a fundamental belief of mine that
that's
all
exactly
people
wait, hold on. Just hold on a second.
are created in the image of God. And they should all be treated with dignity and respect.
That's a real judge there, everybody. That guy gets to sit in judgment of us. Okay? That's what the Republicans did to us.
Senator,
Heritage
Can you
Foundation
commit
and Laura
today?
Ingraham approved.
Yeah, well, he was deemed unfit by the American Bar Association, but yet they put him on there, and then they that he was not alone being deemed unfit. There were a whole goddamn plethora or clitoris of Republicans being deemed unfit by the American Bar Association, and then the Republicans started attacking the ABA as far left. That's the same. It's like, God damn it, you are so tedious. Don't you? I mean, how stupid are people? But you know what it is? It's because it doesn't matter who they are and what they are. They confirm the ignorance and stupidity of their base, and that's what they're comfortable with, because that's why they don't want to be like, I'm an oppressor, or learn about race or anything, or even just not be a dick, and not or look at life through somebody else's eyes for a second. They don't want to do that. Because even in this nation of immigrants, they hate the nation of immigrants. In a nation of immigrants, they hate, I mean, everything about this country, they hate. And it's because it takes work. You know, if you're a racist, work on yourself. Don't be a racist. And you don't get to not have uncomfortable feelings sometimes. That's what's called being an adult, you know? And it's also what happens if you want to evolve, you know? If you are like, you know, I always bring up being in recovery. It's uncomfortable to change, but you know you got to do it. So you do the work. But Republicans, they don't want to. So the base doesn't want to do it. And those in power certainly don't want them to do it because they need their race card. It's not liberals playing the race card. It's them, of course. You know, I mean, they don't want to have that truth and reconciliation. They don't want us to recognize, you know, the hurt and the pain that others, you know, that there are so many different American experiences and they're all valid. And they, you know, it's not just from the perspective of a white man, a straight white man. Other than that, we're all, we can't make anybody uncomfortable. It's really, they're such fragile little bitches.
No, they are. They really are, Tara. And the sad thing is you have a party that just can't get a hold of itself in the Republicans. And then you have some people out there who will have the audacity to try to tell me that the Democratic Party and the Republicans are exactly the same. And I'm like, who? Joe fucking Manchin and fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene? They're the same? No, what fucking lucid dream are you having? Because I'm not dreaming the same dream. I see a Republican Party that half believes frogs are going to turn gay because of the drinking water that Alex Jones tells them about, and the other half believes that Hillary Clinton is going to come drink your blood, for Christ's sake.
I know.
Because of Josh Hawley.
Wow.
You know?
I know. It's incredible. They're vile. And these are insurrectionists, too.
Yes.
You know? Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley. They're insurrectionists. They hate America. They are destroying America. Right now, I just went on Twitter, which I regularly do to see what the hell is going on. And also to irritate myself, I guess. But thank Trump is trending.
Oh, God.
Thank
God.
Trump. Thank him for
Did he
what?
die?
I know. I
Did he
hope
die?
so. Because that's the only reason I would thank him.
I mean, I'll go to that funeral just to piss on his grave.
Oh, wow. Look, but there are a lot of, it looks like a lot of anti-Trump. Well, that's good. Let's take a minute to thank Trump. At least, who is this? Is this for real? I always have to look at their accounts. Yes, 50 followers, of course. Oh, no, wait. This is a good person. Let's thank Trump for exposing the Republican Party to be the most scared and pathetic racist pricks. Yes, well, that's how we would thank. So most of these are thanking him. Maybe the Republicans started the thank Trump tag.
It could have been a Vote Blue. I know Vote Blue does these hashtags where they want to have at like 8:30 at night. They want to have them all trend and see if they can make the media and go from there.
That's funny. Yeah, but I'm
thank Trump.
Right, but like,
Here,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's mine. Thank Trump for being a strong daddy.
Right.
Always bringing in the spanking.
I don't know if you're looking at the screen, but 50 Shades of Treason. I love that. That's fucking funny.
That's beautiful.
With Putin and Trump in bondage.
Oh God.
That's good. Look, thank Trump. Oh yeah, and you know the other thing, they were going on. One of these scums on the committee today was going on about how apparently Judge Jackson is also soft on drug kingpins. You know, I mean, they're so vile, right? But so he was it Josh Hawley or one of them? I don't know. One of them was saying how maybe it was Ted Cruz. They're all merging in my mind. But
well, they're all the same.
They're all gross.
Generic
Yeah,
white man.
they're all disgusting. So, but saying how, you know, how many people are, hundreds of thousands of Americans are dead because of overdoses, and we are in an opioid epidemic, and that and in the next breath they will publish pictures of Hunter Biden in the grips of his addiction. Hunter Biden, by the way, is clean, you know, and he had the courage to not only get clean, but to talk about his experience, and maybe with the hope of helping others. But when Republicans use it to mock him, what they do is they kill people, because that will say to an active addict, well, this is weak. I'm weak, and it's something to be ashamed of, you know? So
Tara, when you're a death cult, it's okay.
Right.
I mean, they were telling the they didn't care that Cuomo's numbers or the nursing homes were off. They just cared that they could score political points out over Cuomo about it. They don't actually care that Grandma Mina died in the nursing home.
Exactly.
They would never give a half a shit.
Yeah, they want Grandma to die. They want to knock Grandma off Social Security, and they want
that's how you preserve the economy, after all.
Right. So, you know, there's a picture of Don Jr. Obviously, he's, in my opinion, he's an active addict. And the other reason I know he is because he openly denies it. Okay? So that's how you know he's an addict, because he's out there going, they're saying I'm on coke and you know, like when he gave us his speech, he gave good speech. Like, I'm just kidding. He gave a shitty speech, but at CPAC he gave a speech. Wait, I'm trying to find.
He talked about his daddy's balls.
Yeah, well, that was Eric, I think.
No, that was.
Oh,
that
really?
Was Donald.
He said his daddy has balls.
Yes, big balls.
If only Donald. Oh, please. He's got no balls. He doesn't have balls. Everybody who knows him knows that. He's a coward, especially a greed-centered coward. He's everyone's bitch. And all of that "you're fired" bullshit was just that bullshit. He never fired anybody in real life, because he left it to other people, because he's a coward. He would walk away. He wouldn't look people in the eye, because he's a coward. And where is this? On Alex Jones, because he's maybe this is the clip. Hold on.
Don Jr. is a cokehead because he has high energy, and they always say that about me. You got the wrong guy. I don't need stimulants. Anything alcohol I've done over the years,
that's
off
just
and on,
Alex
because
Jones
it lowers me down.
Saying
to
Don
get up off your
Jr.
ass.
isn't a cokehead, but he's also he says that Don Jr. is a great speaker, like MLK.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, so Donald Trump Jr. was at CPAC. That's what I was trying to find. He was at CPAC saying, and in his CPAC speech, he just let it fly out there. Nobody was asking, and it had nothing to do with anything, so it was just kind of a non sequitur. So he's just like, yeah, cokehead. They say I'm a cokehead, or whatever. You know, it's like, that's how you know he is a cokehead, because he's very concerned about that people don't know he is a cokehead, you know? So, anyway. He doesn't have the courage. You want to talk about balls. He doesn't have the balls, the spine, the guts, the anything, the maturity, the decency, whatever it might be, or the courage to get help that he needs, that he desperately needs, because he knows it will anger his disgusting sociopathic father, who will never love him, even as much as Donald Trump Jr. tries to or shows his disgusting father how disgusting he is as well. He'll never love him. He's just incapable of it. So there you go. Anyway. Oh boy, what a world.
So I realized how late it is, and I gotta get up for the morning for the show, and be a spoiled sport. But you seem in a better mood, and if I help with that, I hope.
Well, thank you for first pissing me off and then making me not in a pissy mood. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't intend to, but I'm glad we had a chance to talk, and I always love your chat room.
Okay.
They are the nicest folks.
Well, thank you.
And we will talk soon, my darling.
All right.
Maybe in between now and the morning, I'll find my cell phone.
Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We'll find it though.
I'm sure you will.
Buried.
It's with your glasses, where your glasses were last week.
Definitely. But we'll talk soon.
All
and
righty.
You have a great day, and thank you.
All righty. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye now.
Thomas Reynolds, everybody. The Nosey Liberal. Thank you, Thomas, for hanging out. Let me see. Who's on the chat? Oh, thank you, Jim, for your super chat. Crabby mood jar, that's for sure. And thank you, Irene, for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It eases the blow of losing 3 patrons in a row. It's okay. I don't know. Maybe, whatever. Maybe. Thomas wanted to talk about some clip he sent me, but we never got to it. Maybe we should play it, you and I, to see what it's about. I think it's pretty good. Oh, it's an Alex Jones clip. Hold on. Let's see what it's about. Hold on. Let me get it. Let me see. Safari. There we go. Oh, no, that's not it. Did I hit the wrong button? Okay, here it is. Yes.
Envelope. Always push the envelope and get into college showers, all that.
Oh, my God.
I mean, big old 6'2" men.
Wow.
Big old wigs on.
Big old wigs on.
Coming into those women. I'm a woman. The women are like, you don't have a uterus, you don't have babies, you're crazy.
How dare you, you disgusting waste of human DNA. I really hope somebody, I don't know, I hope he steps on a landmine and loses his balls, because then he won't be a man, right? Because that's all that matters, right? Your pee-pee. Were you born with a pee-pee? I mean, all these, this is part of why I hate Republicans. They are cowards, and they lack, of course, the maturity of introspection, and everything that they cherish so much, supposedly, that they value, was handed to them, like freedom that. Yeah, right now, people are traversing across deserts to try to get a little bit of freedom. Or right now in Ukraine, they're standing up to the autocrat that these pricks love. And Alex Jones himself is lamenting how everybody's being mean to Putin. This is because they want to bring that kind of autocracy here, because they hate freedom. But their freedom was handed to them. They were born in the United States, so they never had to fight for anything. They never had to fight. They don't know what it means to really grasp for freedom. Just like they don't know what it means, as far as this asshole is concerned, that if you were born in the wrong body, let's say, and you are a female, and you were born a male, or vice versa. They don't know what it's like to have everything handed to them. I mean, they've had everything handed to them. They don't know what it's like to fight for it. So, in my opinion, people who are trans, you're not a man in a wig. I mean, but they devalue and they denigrate people because and this asshole has no clue. He don't, and even if he, I mean, if of course, if he were someone that ever had to struggle in the world, I don't know what he would do. He'd probably, I'm sure he'd be like a Lindsey Graham, closeted, and do everything he could, everything in his power to make life worse for people just like him. You know? So no one appreciates, let's say, freedom more than people who risk everything to obtain it. And those people should be valued and embraced. Like people who say it's not about, oh gee, I think I'll be a man today. The cluelessness. I think I'll be a woman today. Oh, I wasn't good at I achieved all of the all I could achieve as a man. So I think I'm going to be a woman? So someone is going to go through all that trouble. See, I guess that's why Republicans, they it's so anathema. You know, courage is so anathema to them that all they can do is denigrate it and then pour their sickness into really distorted versions of what they think is courageous, which would be actually cowardice, you know? Like going to the Walmart with an M16. Not being able to go shopping without an assault weapon. That's not courage. Or looking like, you're stuffing your freaking beer belly into body armor, a camo gear, some bullshit you've bought in the Army surplus store because you don't have the dedication to go through to make the grade, frankly. You know, it's so much easier to join your unregulated militia closet cases and small penises and incels than it is to put some work, into your PT so you can pass the PT test. Do a couple of push-ups, and get in. Ugh. Can you believe this guy?
Don't you say that.
He makes $50 million a month on that, okay? I'm just saying. Now, you wonder why I'm bitter? I'm not bitter. Am I bitter? I'm not bitter. I'm just discouraged. That's different.
Hate speech. It's ma'am. Let me in that bathroom.
You son of a bitch.
I'm the type of guy, even when there's guys in the big bathroom, I kind of like, well, I'll just wait till I get
because
home.
You're a friggin' closet case. That's why. Oh, you don't want, you're in the bathroom, you're afraid. Maybe you'll look at somebody's pee-pee and you'll be tempted. Is that it? Yeah, I'm a big man. No, honey, you're not a big man. You're a coward. You're a baboon and a buffoon.
I mean, but no, not the left perverts, man. They want in those bathrooms.
Who's a pervert? Who is looking at the peepees? Oh, yeah, it's you who think that men in dresses are going into the bathroom to molest children. That's your game, honey. That's your game. Because no one wants to get into the women's bathroom on the left but women. You understand? Coward, you understand? No, I'm sure you don't, because there's something pathologically broken in you. But no one wants to get into the women's bathroom but women. Where they belong. Only Alex Jones, because you're a pervert, would put on a dress and go into the women's bathroom because you want to see some peepees, right? You got to check out the peepees. You think a lot about everybody's peepee. What's the peepee doing? What's the peepee dressed like? What's the peepee? Is there a peepee? What's it doing? What are they saying? What is it appropriately dressed for the occasion of the peepee? Republicans are, I don't know, they're not something to be emulated. They are to be overcome and evolved from. You ever notice? You know, we don't put up statues to filthy fascist right-wingers. Oh, well, Republicans do. We know societies are going in the right direction when those statues come down. But most people, normal people, they want to honor decency. People who go out of their way for others, who are compassionate and understanding. And, it's not you, it's the sky spook, you say? Oh, right, because they know the mind of the sky spook, too. You see? That's how disgusting they are. They're so, it really is just a version of themselves, a giant version of their own puny selves, their sky spook. But they know the mind of, I mean, how arrogant is that as well? When you think about it, this is how vile they are. That they actually think that they know from an ancient book of fables, they know the mind of a giant man on a cloud who, curiously, is just like them. Just giant. He's petty, he's violent, he's hateful. But he loves you. Isn't that the George Carlin bit? But he loves you. And he wants you to burn in an eternal fire, but he loves you. For what? Republicans cannot handle humanity. They are made for a time that we evolved away from a long time ago. That's why they are so upset about the modern world. And it really is, I had not only Psych 101, I had Psych 201. So I know a little bit about it. When they, that whole Left Behind series, this is why they're the victims. You know, because they have been left behind. And I could do a whole paper on on the Left Behind series because it became such a hit. If anybody who doesn't know, it's about these freaks being raptured. And all the Christians one day, they were raptured on the hell out of here. I wish it were real. And everyone who was left behind, we all had to struggle. I don't know, whatever. But it's a glimpse into their psyche. And it's because they are left behind. And they are afraid of that. Because they can't keep up with the modern world. And that's why they need to drag us back. All of the gains that we made in freedom, making a more perfect union, they cannot handle it. They need not only the giant man on a cloud, they need a giant man telling them what to do, telling them who to hate, telling them that their problems aren't because of concentrated wealth. It's because of somebody who's lower on the ladder. It's not the person with all the power who's done you wrong. It's that immigrant, the disempowered. And do you see how sick that is? And when I just say it out loud, it's like, how stupid are you, Republicans? Don't you see the game? For people who see all kinds of conspiracies up every wazoo, they don't see the conspiracy right in front of their faces. Because, why? because they are racist. They are petty. They are little. And they want something to validate that. That's what makes them comfortable. Otherwise, they would evolve with the rest of us, with humanity. Oh, well, that's woke. Don't be too woke. Be awake. Don't be woke. What is being awake? That's the white version of woke. That's what that is. Be awake, meaning, but don't read any books. Don't read any books that were written from the perspective of somebody who isn't a white man. That's what being awake is? Be awake means being a dick, really. Just being a dick to other people and not giving a shit. Not caring. Be stupid. Be a subscriber of InfoWars. Be a dumbass. Be backward. And when you leave Earth, frankly, Earth will be better off. That's the whole thing with Republicans. Don't they ever get tired of being on the wrong side of humanity? Being on the wrong side of history, of decency, of dignity, you know? Don't you ever get tired of being disgusting? Alex Jones?
I never got over it in football or even, at the gym. Dudes would go in the steam rooms at the spa at the gym.
Yeah, you love it.
Johnson's hanging out. And I got a towel on and I'm wearing, swim trunks. I mean, it's just,
Wow. If this isn't...
I mean, unless they're my wife, I don't want to be looking at it. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
You don't want to be looking at your wife's Johnson hanging out? Unless they're my... What? Isn't that what he just said?
Towel on and I'm wearing, swim trunks. I mean, it's just, I mean, unless they're my wife, I don't want to be looking at it. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
Hello? Paging Dr. Freud. Let's get that whole clip in context. Let me see. What? Did I hear that right?
Go in the steam rooms at the spa at the gym and just their Johnson's hanging out. And I got a towel on and I'm wearing, swim trunks. I mean, it's just, I mean, unless they're my wife, I don't want to be looking at it. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think you said the quiet part out loud, Bubba. That's the thing about them, too. It's the being closeted. It's also, that's where the hyper-masculinity comes from with the Republicans, with this one here, especially. That's what I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm getting. That's what they do. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe he is trans in his mind and he just doesn't have the courage. I mean, how sad that is. I wouldn't be surprised, frankly. Because he is so disgusting. He's clearly overeating, over steroiding, hyper-masculine. That's one of the telltale signs. He doesn't have the courage not to be a big, giant, loud waste of life. So, yeah, he hates himself. There's no doubt. How do you not hate yourself and be him? Does he really look like he loves himself? You think, right? I mean, I don't care how many millions you make. If you that doesn't fill your that hole in your soul. That's the thing that assholes like him find out. That's why he keeps getting bigger and bigger, because he keeps eating. I'm not saying, but it's another addiction. I guess I am saying, but you know what I'm saying. He is not well. He's violent. Who acts like that? Who is happy? Nobody. It's like, tell me you're a closet case without telling me you're a closet case.
Maybe I maybe I should get over that. But the point is, I can't imagine being a woman with a dude 1.5 feet taller than me with a big old pecker like this dude's got. I mean, he's got a big old schlong. You can see it in his pants. He's walking around adjusting it and everything, man spreading.
How dare you? How dare you? You disgusting coward. Oh my God. This is so, I mean, how do you sleep at night? Leave people alone. Leave somebody alone. I mean, this woman, Leah Thomas, has more courage in her in her eyebrow hair, one little hair follicle, than an entire Trumpanzee rally, than all of the subscribers of InfoWars combined for 1,000 years. And have to put up with this shit? And this is what they want. They don't want people to come out and live authentic lives because it makes them uncomfortable. Like CRT, which means every discussion of race now. Which is a construct, by the way. I wish that Judge Jackson had turned around and said, yeah, bitch, when they started asking her about the 1619 project, which has been roundly debunked. Where? Up your ass? Is that where, Ted Cruz? It's been roundly debunked. Where America, it's an alternate view of history. No, it's not. It's history. Yeah, it's what you know what's alternate view of history? The history I was taught in school. Like, in 1492, Columbus crossed the ocean blue. Columbus discovered America. That's the alternate version of history. That's Ted Cruz approved history. Everything was great. Everything was wonderful. Oh, you discovered us. Thank you. Let's not really talk about what happened, how they committed mass genocide, how Columbus wrote to Isabella and Ferdinand and said that, oh, I didn't find gold, but I found something far more valuable. Slaves. Oh, and then how Columbus gifted a young indigenous girl, 13, 14 years old, to his first mate, Miguel, I can't remember his last name, and he raped her, but she fought him. But he beat her mercilessly until she succumbed. But Columbus crossed the ocean blue and discovered America in 1492. Jesus Christ. But yeah, well, that's not the alternate version of history. Do you think America's a fundamentally racist nation? Goddamn right. And guess what? Until we figure that out, and thank you for being a patron and subscriber of Tarabuster, because this is what we talk about. That race is a construct. This is not a secret. We have the laws. It's not a secret. And I know Ketanji Brown Jackson knows that. But, she's got to do what everybody has to do, what every black woman has to do, right? Hold her tongue. While the white asshole is poisoning the air with his lies. While the white devil. God, do these people ever bring anything to the table?
It's just a joke.
You're a joke.
It's an absolute joke. Some 6'4" dude. Here's the deal. This is a
How
family
dare
show.
you?
They're coming after our children.
Who is? You are. What? You're rotting the brains of children. Rotting, not worse than rotting the brains, you're rotting the souls. And the morality of children. You're making them into little snowflake racists. And God help them if they're trans or gay. And they're in your realm of influence. Because they're going to be like you. A big, bloviating, testosterone overdosing, steroid using, worthless waste of human DNA. That's God, $50 million a month, that's not enough. Well, that's the scam, you see. You can't, you don't make money doing this shit. You gotta be a scumbag. And then all the scumbags it's like build a better scumbag trap. And the scumbags beat a pathway. Hey, what happened? All of a sudden it stopped.
I don't want to be looking at it. Some 6'4".
I don't want to be looking at it. Well, why are you looking at it? What's wrong with you? Right? You hate it. You hate yourself, but you want to look at it, don't you? You want a nice schlong hanging out, don't you? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you're disgusting. You're self-loathing. What do I say all the time? If only Republicans, conservatives, the freaks, the geeks, the haints, the taints, the ghosts of the Gilded Age, the greed-centered ghouls would get help. Just get help. Get the help you desperately need instead of inflicting it on normal people, on normal society. The world would be a better place. But they don't, that's what they're afraid of. They don't want the world to be a better place. They need the world to be like them. Just like them. Small, hateful, closeted. Because if Alex Jones ever came out of the closet, what would that do? You know? What would his fans do? They would flee. He doesn't have the courage. He will live and die as a waste of life. He really will. That's what's so sad about them, about a closet case, about a Lindsey Graham. Because, this is it. This is your life. We're going to be dead, and we will be in the ground a very long time, forever. It's a blip. And who cares if somebody doesn't like you for who you are? That's on them. Leah Thomas should get the Courageous Woman of the Year. Putting up with all of these assholes, and she's helping others, just by her courage. That other young people say, I don't have to kill myself. There is another way. There are others like me. I'm not alone. And, they're actually making a difference. But what do Republicans do? Answer me this. When does a Republican ever bring light to a situation or decency? When do they ever bring love, compassion, understanding? Never. They just bring hate. And stupidity and ignorance. And if there is a chance of being educated or enlightened, they bring the legislation that brings the ignorance. The 1619 Project. Oh, we can't have that. Can't have that discussion. Or whatever it may be. Or even a trans athlete. Can't have that. When they're saying, oh, Leah Thomas is, she has wins and losses. She's not Superwoman. But they try to make it like that. Because in their hierarchy, it doesn't fit for them. They can't understand it. God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And whatever the fuck else they say. What God? Where is your God? Republicans, I don't want to hear about your God. I want to see your God. I mean, show me your God in your actions. Oh, you do. You show me your God. Your God is petty and small and hateful. I guess they do show me their God. I was thinking God loves, all about love. God doesn't make any mistakes, except he does. Why are you wearing glasses, right? Why are you wearing contacts? What about your eyes? Your eyes. You know what I mean? Like, we could go on about the things that people change because of some genetic something that needs to be addressed. This is the same. And we should be humans, goddammit. But instead we have these demon-haunted morons because of their goddamn sky spook. Which is it's really vile. Enough with the sky spook. And, what religion are you? God help us. Jesus Christ. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find something. My Nibbling wrote, God blessed me, this is a quote, God blessed me by making me transsexual for the same reason God made wheat, but not bread, and fruit, but not wine, so that humanity might share in the act of creation. That is a quote. Julian K. Jarboe. Isn't that beautiful? God blessed me by making me transsexual for the same reason God made wheat but not bread and fruit but not wine, so that humanity might share in the act of creation. Yeah, ever think of that? Ever think of that, Republicans? Yeah, maybe God made trans people so God could figure out who the douchebags were. Ever think of that? Yeah, I know. Jim on the chat. Less sweary is better for monetizing the vids. Yep, that's the truth. That's why I try not to swear, but whatever. Sometimes it's a lost cause, because that's just the way I feel. I have to stop. I do have to stop. Here. It might be hard if we finish. I mean, hard. That's what she said. But, hard curtailing the swearing after watching this video.
Oh, they're coming after our children.
Well, I hope they are, because then they'll be decent people. But, okay. Why don't liberals ever say, these filthy fascist right-wingers are coming for our children? No, of course not. Because they want to be like, bipartisan. We got bipartisan support. We got bipartisan support from the Josh Harleys and the Ted Cruzes and the insurrectionists. What happened? The audio just cut out.
That all a scientific death cult that wants to brainwash us into submission.
No, is that it? You speaking for yourself, Alex? Because you're really secretly trans and you can't handle it? Is that it? Because you don't have courage? Is that it? And everybody, you'll lose your money, and everybody will flee from you. They'll leave you on the battlefield, as they do every single time. That's what they do. They don't stand by. You know, forget e pluribus unum. They'd be out of there. Live and let live, love, you know. They'll be gone. Everybody will abandon you if you are who you are, right? Is that it? That's what I'm getting from him. I'm getting that vibe from him. Anybody else? I mean, makes sense. Why are you so hateful? Why are you so bloated with steroids? Why are you so interested in somebody's pee-pee and schlongs and hanging out? I don't want to see it. Really? I don't know about that. I really don't. Maybe you just need the arms of a big, strong man around you. You ever try that? I bet you did, but that's why you went out and beat somebody up, right? On the street the day after or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing through my Psych 202 filter.
I hate men that feel like they're women,
or 201, I mean.
Men that want to live as a woman. I don't hate anybody that doesn't hurt other people.
Oh, really? I see. Is that what we're supposed to believe? Okay.
But this whole thing is a raping of our psyche.
Oh, and a lovely choice of words. It's all about someone overpowering them, see? In the hierarchy. It's a raping of their psyche. Something is being shoved down their throats. It's always decency, though, that's being shoved down their throats. They can't handle it. They're being raped with decency. Oh, help.
Raping us, cutting off the food, raping us with power prices and energy prices.
Cutting off the food? Who's cutting your food off? You don't look like nobody's cutting your food off, honey. They're raping us, cutting off our food.
But this whole thing is a raping of our psyche. Raping us, cutting...
Honey, your psyche was raped a long time ago. You had a chance. We all stand at the precipice. We're at a crossroads all the time in our lives. You could take a choice. Are you going to be decent, or are you going to be a Republican? Are you going to be decent, or are you going to be a filthy, disgusting, hate-mongering, homophobe, transphobe, whatever? An ignoramus, an autocracy-suckling scumbag. That's what they are. They love Putin. You realize that because he hates everything they hate. And he's further along in the autocracy, of course. They want to bring that here. They want to bring the legislating against gay people, trans people, women. You know, in Russia, they just, They undid all of the domestic violence laws. So now beating your wife is legal again in Russia, because that's who they are. They're devolving. And that's what Republicans are doing here, guys. Don't be fooled. It can happen here, and it is happening. We had the liberal age of enlightenment. Now we're in the backlash.
Not the food, raping us with power prices and energy prices, raping us with the deadly shot.
Are you really raped with energy prices? I know. $50 million a month ain't cutting it. $50 million a month for being a hate-mongering scumbag. That's why this world is upside down. Really.
Raping us with the transgenderism.
With the transgenderism. What is your problem? Raping us with What? With people who want to live? Raping us with the transgenderism. What is wrong with you? What is it about humans that's so above your heads?
And conducting brainwashing of our children under peer pressure to rope them into this.
Because you could just talk somebody into being trans? And there you go, guys. That says it all. That just proves me right. This is what they think. Because it's like the scientific studies say, homophobes are secretly gay. If you really hate this, if you really think that somebody can be talked into being trans, that's because you are trans. You think you were talked out of it. That's Alex Jones, my God. Why am I the only one saying this?
So the state can form a relationship with the children and claim, oh, parents' rights are nixed out. Your 5-year-old son thinks he's a girl.
And is that any of your business? Maybe he was a 5-year-old son that thought he was a girl and his daddy beat it out of him. That's, come on, guys. Why is somebody so vile? They don't get that way without help.
And then they get celebrated by the school and by the clique. And at age 7, the balls are cut off.
The balls are cut off. Well, I wish somebody would cut out his voice box legally and peacefully. My God. You see what I mean? Am I wrong here? He's got issues. Oh yeah, YouTube is censoring people who say swear words. Yep. Yepity yep. Well, what time is it? It's almost time to go. Before we go for tonight, I never saw this, but somebody posted it and I was like, oh my God, how did I miss this? And I wanted to share it in case you missed it too. Did you see that Lauren Boebert in another episode of their disgusting and vile and hypocritical and, love Jesus and all, Lauren Boebert had an Explore Talent modeling / actor page. If you heard about this, please say it in the chat. I'm just wondering if I was the only one that missed it. And let's go through it. It appears that Lauren Boebert had an Explore Talent modeling acting page. And yikes. This is from a website, Political Flair, by Jason Mikak. Okay, forgive us, please, because there is a steep learning curve here, and one should be seriously worried if one was familiar enough with the entire subject to write coherently on it. This entire post centers on a website known as exploretalent.com, and it seems limited to scantily clad, semi-attractive young women, including Lauren Boebert, among others on the right. It appears that Lauren Boebert took a shot, granted she seems to take a lot of shots, at modeling and acting prior to becoming a U.S. representative from Colorado. Well, that's why she didn't get her GED, or she failed it 3 times and finally passed. I guess maybe the fix was in. I don't know. She might have done what Trump did and sent somebody in and took the test for her. I don't know. Fine. We're not prudes, and we're Boebert. I don't know. This page keeps jumping around. It's kind of annoying because of the ads. Fine. We're not prudes, and we're Boebert, not a horrible human being who may or may not have advanced knowledge of the events of January 6th and who has since done nothing but further prove she is a terrible human being lacking any intelligence or empathy for anything but guns. one would be forgiven for considering Lauren Boebert at least somewhat physically attractive. Okay, well, that's what he said. And possible consideration. You see, there it did it again. God damn it. Would be blown up, possibly literally, upon hearing her speak 2 sentences. The more interesting aspect of this story is not that Lauren Boebert signed up for a website meant to recruit attractive young women for modeling and acting jobs. No. The more interesting part is that Lauren Boebert doesn't seem to be the only Republican woman who's explored their potential talent as a model/actress. In a few short tweets below, some of which our server allows, some of which it does not. It's not safe for work, but it's not worth pushing either. There is some stuff that seems to tie at least a few right-wing women together as maybe crisis actors. We can't prove anything, nothing, nada, zip, but yet the net is having one hell of a time attempting to discern what's going on here and whether the GOP might actually be recruiting these people who hold themselves out as, well, pretty actors and models. Is this even possible? Probably not. You see, I'm not doing that. The fucking page is like jumping around on its own. It's really annoying. Excuse me, and there I go again, cursing, right? That's why. I gotta stop. Probably not. Especially, except where is this stuff coming from? Lauren, Candace Owens, that woman that sat beside Giuliani in Michigan and made a fool of herself, can all be tied to a model/talent agency that features pictures of women with very few clothes on. Isn't that crazy? No, it's not. They're grifters. They found the best grift in a corrupt system awash with money, thanks to the likes of Nancy Pelosi, right? And others who find no problem with legal bribes. I don't know. Why would a country go from the most to the least upwardly mobile with the widest, from the slightest to the widest income gap in the same period that campaign finance rules are relaxed and done away with? I wonder. Could it have anything to do with legal bribes? And how dare you say Barack Obama was influenced, or any of us are influenced by all that time we spend in the wine cave with our billionaire benefactors? How dare you? Is it even worth knowing? That much we admit we don't know. There is nowhere near enough evidence to make any sort of determination, but is there enough evidence to make one turn their head and say, what? It all started with a question by a legitimate poster with legitimate credentials. Okay, discovering that seditionist Lauren Boebert has the same kind of explore talent modeling profile as Rudy Giuliani's voter fraud witness Melissa Carone, I get less interested in her antics and more interested in who paid to recruit ciphers to overthrow government. Exactly. Are these people nothing but plants? There she is, Lauren Boebert. Explore talent. Where else? Yeah. Lauren Boebert is the type of model wannabe who thinks she's a Victoria's Secret material because she won a bikini contest at Bike Week. Well, there you go. And she thinks she's a scholar because it only took her 3 times to pass her GED. No, it took her 4. Excuse me. She thinks she's a Rhodes Scholar because she only failed it 3 times. So here we go. Look who else is on the same site. These ads on this site are crazy. Look, Candace Owens. She's Caribbean. She's not all American? What are you talking about? Look at that. Candace Owens, ethnicity, Caribbean or Caribbean. However you want to say it. Who's this? Melissa Carone. Yeah. She's Giuliani, the one who smelled Giuliani's fart. Oh, God help this world. God help this country. Isn't that amazing? It's a whole thing. Let's see. Who else is on here? What do they all have in common? Let's look this up. Save image. No, don't use it as... Let me see. Save image to downloads. Let me open it. So we can put it in the... Here we go. Look at my desktop. There we go. Okay. Ex-British spy hired Survivor contestant and pretty woman as honey traps to go on fake dates with FBI officials. And that was Tara Price. These are all like Republican. Oh, look. Tommy Lauren has a Explore Talent page as well. Wow. Candace Owens, Lauren Boebert. And then you have Scott Pressler. And then... Isn't this insane? They're all grifters with absolutely no shame. And that's what it takes to be a grifter and a Republican. Where do we live? Is this real life, everybody? Oh my God. So I'm gathering you guys didn't know about that either. Because everybody on the chat's like, oh my God. I'm blown away. Nah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I love it. I think it's fun to watch if they weren't so goddamn dangerous and destroying the country and the world. I think it would be a lot more fun if they were the permanent minority party that they are meant to be. These people have no business being anywhere near the halls of power. Lauren Boebert, go get the F out of here. And one of the sad things I saw this week were it was a TikTok video from somebody in Ireland mocking Marjorie Taylor Greene for her going, you don't hear, or we did it. I think I had the video. She's like, about, oh, here it is. The polio. When do they come and say you need a booster and a boost?
And he's also recommending a fourth COVID vaccine shot. Now, I don't know about you guys, but many of us were vaccinated as kids against polio. We had our MMR, and I have never seen the CDC coming out saying, oh, you've got to get your second polio shot. You got to get your third. You got to get your fourth. And this may continue to keep going. I think the question we all should ask is, when does it stop? And when are...
That's what I'm saying. When does it stop? Well, a TikTok person from Ireland posted that video and was like, mocking America. Well, there you go. No one's going to laugh at us anymore. No, honey. They are laughing. And they're laughing at Republicans. And I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of Democrats for not fighting. You know, enough. Look at what we're up against, Democrats. Can I give you a pep talk, Democrats in power? Stop pretending that they are equal partners in the grand experiment. They're not. They're the domestic enemies the founders warned us about. Enough. Look at their antics. Look at the lies. Look at the, do you think babies are racist? Babies are born racist? That's not what anybody ever said. But saying that says that, they have to make it ridiculous for their dummies because they know it's true. They know they can't have people, accepting the truth and embracing it. So they have to make it ridiculous. Like, just like they have to make the Black Lives Matter movement all riots everywhere. Everybody's burned down. We burned down every city because it's too dangerous. The truth is dangerous. Like the 1619 Project. The truth will set you free. But Republicans, they don't want the truth. They want autocracy. They want autocracy wrapped in the veneer of democracy. Why? So they can steal. That's it. They can give money and power to themselves and their pals, and democracy, pesky democracy, out of the way. All the while selling you the bullshit about kick down on trans people, kick down on immigrants, kick down on anyone who is different. And, that will occupy you in between going to church on Sunday, where they'll sell you your mansion in heaven. Come on. All right, guys. Listen. Listen. Become a patron. Oh, thank you, Covert White Rabbit, for your super chat. Republican hypocrisy knows no bounds. Sexual suppression for thee, not for me. Exactly. Loose women fighting to end reproductive autonomy for the USA. Exactly. That's it. I hate them. So let us meet again one day this week. Of course, we have our Friday get together on 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, if you can go to patreon.com and become a patron, that'd be great. If you can, even at $2 a month, or tell your friends, or I don't know. Before I get any older. I'm getting tired, guys. Look at me. I'm tired. I'm only 14. I'm only kidding. That's the same joke I say every night. I'm only a little girl. Here comes the producer. Hi, Bobo. Just in time. Come on up, honey. Come on. You forgive me? Come on. Good boy. You forgive me? He's not going to be happy. Hello, honey. How you feeling? You just woke up? Look, he's got a pimple right there. Well, that's a scab. How you doing? He's got a bald spot right there. I know, honey. Getting old ain't for wimps. I love you. I love him. Well, anyway, I have to tell you a story before I go. Let me tell you. I'm so annoyed. So, I trapped little Billy Lily. I had suspicion that Billy Lily was a friendly. And Billy Lily, as I suspected, is a friendly. Okay. So, but he's also very traumatized and needs a lot of, he needs some love before he's presentable in a shelter. You know what I mean? Because he has to be a little bit less traumatized. So when people come in, they're like, oh, I love him. He can't hide. He's not aggressive in any form, but he's very scared. And anyway, so there's a lady who fed Billy Lily. This is how I found out about him. But so, because this lady was feeding him, and, you know, she would have fed him until the day he died and let him live out into the, in the cold. But, so I asked her, I said, would you be able to take him in for a couple of weeks while we get him into Bidawee or something? And, you know, I got a big laundry list of everything that has to happen. I'm going on a cruise in May, and I'm she like luxury problem. Anyway, the point is, it annoyed the hell out of me. So, Billy Lily, and I was like, I would do it, but I have 3 cats in a 1-bedroom, you know, and I have 15 jobs, including this podcast, and, you know, I don't have a lot of room in here. And she's like, I can't do it. She can do it. So, anyway, to make a long story short, I of course, first of all, you think I'm being judgy? She's retired. She lives in a house. You know, she doesn't have work every day. She would go and feed him every day. So he's now in your house. So why won't you keep him in the house for a couple? I mean, we're getting him into a shelter. We just need to get him into tip-top shape. Everybody's got excuses. This is what I'm talking about. It's nothing but excuses. So, to make a long story short, he's coming here. I have to buy, I ordered a cage, a narrow cage that has levels, because I don't have a lot of room. But I'd rather be inconvenienced for a couple of weeks than him not have a chance at a new life. You know what I mean? So you'll go to the cemetery. Oh, I shouldn't say where he is or was. You'll go and feed him every day, but you won't put him in your house for 2 weeks? I don't know. In a cage. Look at this cat. Isn't that sad? That's him. He's got a messed up eye. We're getting him cared for. He turned around. This is a cat that lived in the winter. The cold New York winter. Look at him. And there I am, brushing him. And he had a lot of hair on him. Because he'd never been brushed, probably. Isn't that sad? Poor guy. And making biscuits. He just wanted to be loved. Like we all do. He just wanted love. Isn't that what we all want? Love. Just love. Love. Compassion. So we'll have some more Billy Lily updates, I'm sure, when he gets here. Let me see if I have any more videos of him. There he is. See? Brush. He turned on his back. This is only after 2 hours in the trap. He was so ready to be off the street. Look at his little paws. Isn't that cute? Makes you want to cry, though, you know? Little Billy Lily. Alrighty. Look how cute. He's got a messed up eye, I know. He was part of the vet visit. Not only to take his balls off, but to fix his eye. He'll be happy now. He'll get a nice home. And he'll be off the street. Finally, he'll have love. For good. He was really good. He was just a sweetie, but very scared. Somebody abused him. There's no doubt in my mind they abused him and they threw him out. Makes me sick. Well, anyway, he does love being brushed. I know. When he gets here, what I'm going to do is try to spend as much time as I can with him in between my 15 jobs and the 3 other cats. And the fact is, they're not going to like it, of course, they won't be meeting him. I only have a 1-bedroom, so he'll be in the bedroom, and the other cats will be out here, but they won't understand why they can't go into the bedroom. They're not going to be happy. So, but they'll get over it. Right, honey? Right? Come on up. You'll get over it? Will you get over it, Junior? Will you forgive me for Billy Lily's sake? Yes. Okay, good. You better understand, Just a couple of weeks, that's all. He will, Winston on the chat. He will be a good cuddle buddy for someone. He really will. He wants to be cuddled. Yes, he appreciates being brushed, Stephanie says. You can see that. Yep. He does. It was like he came alive. Or he stopped being afraid for a second. Because when I first started petting him, he was trying to make himself as small as possible. And he couldn't run. There was nowhere for him to go. So I think he just was like, he gave in. He was like, yay. He just needs to feel safe. So that's why he's coming here. So I'm going to try to spend as much time and brush him and do all that. Get him ready for his forever home. But you know what I mean. The only thing I'm bringing up this other woman, she's not listening to the show, no doubt. But it's because, excuses. You going on a cruise in May? Okay, that has nothing to do with, now. It's very bizarre. But people just don't want to be bothered. But you'll go every day to feed him? I don't know. And then she's like, because I said, she's like, how is Billy Lily? And I said, he's doing great. In fact, he's friendly, just like I thought. And he will be staying in my 1-bedroom apartment in a cage until he gets into Bidawee. And she's like, I hope someone can love him or whatever. Someone who has time for him. I'm like, all right, honey. I don't have time. I barely sleep. That's why I look like this. Look at this hair. Look at my hair. Look at my face. It's all about excuses. Excuses. All right, whatever. He is going to be jealous. Stephanie on the chat. He is. That's why he will not see him, and they won't go near him, because God knows he might be carrying something. Of course, he went to the vet, but the last time, when I had Ray, they both got sick. So whatever he's carrying, I hope, if he is carrying something, they already are immune. They both got like a flu, Tara Jr. and Francis got a flu from Ray. But they won't meet. They will not meet at all. But I'm sure they will smell him, and they'll not understand why they can't go into the bedroom. But it's only temporary, so it's a temporary inconvenience. Thank you, DPO 5000. Your hair and face look fine. Thank you. That's nice. That's nice to say. Thank you so much. Get your hair feathered, Errol says. I gotta get a haircut. I know. I gotta dye my roots, get a haircut. That's the hair and face of a lover of cats, says Richard. Yes, a very tired lover of cats who does, and animals. I just love animals. Who does liberal media. Maybe I should I should have done that conservative thing, as Hannity said. What are you doing? What are you doing? All righty. All right. Can animals get the COVID vaccine? I don't know. I don't know, Stephanie. I think he already had it. So, they both had it. They got very sick. They had really bad fevers, and it was very scary. But he's better. So hopefully he has an immunity. But they won't meet. They will not meet. Never the twain shall meet, right? All right, guys. Let's see what happens. Maybe Thursday. But definitely Friday. Freya's Day, right? All right, my friends. Well, as we know, and as they know, we will win. Because, well, we're on the right side of history. We're definitely on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity, morality, intelligence, And, yeah, my name is Tara Devlin. Thank you so much for hanging out. This is Unapologetic Liberal Talk. Please become a patron if you can at patreon.com/Tara Devlin. And I will see you. We stick together. Oh, I forgot to say that. We stick together. We win. And I will see you very soon.